welcome to the show. It's the You Review Show. You review you. I like to watch movies. What about you? Let's make a date, hit the matinee, me and you. And if you can't make it, that'll be cool too. I'll give you review. The Urban Critic Movie Review Show. Hey, how y'all doing? It's the You Review. I'm Kevin Taylor.
And I am Janine Gaskin.
And
this is... Well, where's Carmen?
We just clowning y'all. Carmen is on vacation. Yes. Actually, she's on special assignment. I always want to say that, special assignment. But anyway, Janine, where you been? We back in session here, and I ain't seen you in a minute.
Busy. You have. We just finished seeing each other.
But you wasn't on my team.
Busy. Wasn't on his team. We just finished the 48-hour film festival, y'all. We were all on separate teams, but I think we killed it. I was representing Infinity Media with Myron Davis. Absolutely.
See you,
and you were representing
KT Films.
Yes.
And my team was amazing as well. We had a film called Bailey Who.
Yes.
And your guys' film was
A Sweet Christmas,
right,
which was actually nominated in 3 categories.
First time out, 3
First
categories.
time. So I'm super proud of our team. Best Ensemble Acting, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress. How about you guys?
Right. We got nominated for Best Director. Shout out to you, boy. And we got nominated for Best Ensemble.
Okay.
Shout out to my team, Best Ensemble. Best Supporting Actress and Best Location. Let me tell you, we had 2 skating rinks, y'all, and the Natural History Museum, and we couldn't pull off Best Location.
You can't win everything, but you did walk away with something, though. So let's talk about that.
Away with Best Supporting Actress.
Yes.
Let me get a proud moment right here, because it was my baby girl, Amina Taylor, y'all,
Amina,
who won that 6-year-old Amina. Shout out to my baby. Hey, Amina. So we won that one, and you know, I didn't have to, cook breakfast and widen the door hinges because the head got so no. But it's cool. That's my baby. This is her first time out doing this. And she's doing that. So shout out for that. Listen, the whole 48 thing was amazing. The movies. Shout out to Dustin and Rachel with the winning film.
Yes, A Quiet House. Excellent.
Shout out to Jack Rabbit.
Yes,
and
Just a Blip. Top 3. Top 3, absolutely.
And I love that Brownie movie, man. I can't think of the name of that one. But
it was Fudge Brownie.
Was that what it was called? Them boys, what a concept, what a concept. We got to bring Brian on here. Brian Bowers, shout out to Brian, 48 coordinator, the producer of it and everything.
And he's got something coming up for October.
That's right. He's got the 48-hour horror film competition.
Yes. Which Infinity Media will be represented again.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all write it already?
No one wrote anything.
Brian,
rules.
So the 48 guys, if you don't know, it's a really cool competition. It's in 48 hours that you have to write a film, write a film, shoot it, edit it, and turn it in 48 hours.
Yes.
You pull a genre out of a hat. You get a character's name and their occupation, a prop that has to be seen in the film, and a line that has to be said in the film. Yeah. And the funny thing is we were on separate teams, but we wound up, out of 48 teams, pulling all these different genres, we pulled the exact same one. It was holiday film, or you had a choice between holiday film or animal film. So we combined ours. We did an animal film that was during a holiday situation. And that was pretty cool. I'm really excited about the 48.
Awesome.
And the number of teams that are coming to the table now.
That's there were 48 for this 48. That was cool. Great. So yes. We have these films, and they won't be available online yet because you're going to get to see them at the G-Cuff, the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival, which is just in a couple of weeks, guys. September 15th it starts. So check their website out for Bailey Who and A Sweet Christmas.
They actually play back-to-back, I think, on the 20th.
Okay.
So I guess we need to talk about some movies this week.
We do, because that's what we're here for. We have 2 new films that came out. One is called The Light Between the Oceans.
Do not sleep on this movie.
It is fantastic. The next film is called...
It's called Don't Breathe. I was trying to put my my acting skills together. The next one is Don't Breathe, y'all. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. Let me tell you, want me to kick off with Don't Breathe?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's just do Don't Breathe since you had that great introduction to it.
Thank you. Let me see you do something for the light. Okay.
Into the line.
Don't Breathe is a 2016 American horror film directed by Fede Alvarez and written by Alvarez and Rodo Sayagas. The film stars Jane Levy. You guys might know her from The Evil Dead, which was Fede's first film.
First horror film, yep.
And Dylan Minetti, he's from Goosebumps and Lost. If you don't know him from Goosebumps, trust me, I do. My daughter watches that all the time. Daniel Zavado and Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang, yeah, he's from Avatar and Supernova. I mean, Terra Nova.
Yep.
So this movie is about these kids who think that they are going to, young adults, they think that they're going to come up quick by robbing this blind man. I mean, they've already been robbing a few houses, making a little petty cash here and there, but they want to get this big score off. And so they find out about this blind man who is ex-military or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's living in his house as a like a hermit. He don't come out too much, and
he fell into some money.
Yeah, he came into some money. And the other thing is the young man Alex, which is Dylan Minetti, his father works for a security company, so they got access to keys, they got access to codes and everything. So they breaking in these houses. And they mess with the wrong person. They go into this blind man's house thinking it's an easy score, and this dude gives them hell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check out the clip.
Your lips look sore. That's how you're making your cash out there?
What do you say you and I move away from Mom together? It's a promise.
You're leaving?
Yeah, as soon as I have the money.
When are you coming back?
Never.
Yo, I got our ticket out of here. Rumor is this guy is sitting on at least $300K. Boom! That's our guy.
Wait, is he blind?
Messed up to rob a blind guy, isn't it?
Just because he's blind don't mean he's insane, bro.
Guys, money's probably in there.
Who's there?
Stay right there.
How many of you are there?
It's just me, man, all right? Just let me go, please. Okay, I swear to God.
Now you're gonna see what I see.
Man, listen. I didn't know if the movie was for them not to breathe or for us not to breathe, because I was jumping from jump. From jump. When that movie came on, it just took you right into their world and you rolled with them. And every time you thought it was a done deal, man, they just brought it even more. This movie was really, really good. I'm going to tell you that this is the first time I've seen a movie where, you know, they shot something in the dark. And it was easy to see. You loved it. You could see everything going on in the dark. That was amazing. And cinematically, they did an excellent job.
Absolutely.
And you know, even audio wise, I think, you know, we have been talking about that.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of sound now. That's one of my big things. But going back to just the darkness, I felt like I was a part of that film.
Yes.
Just being able to not see and holding on and trying to see your way through when you can't see. Shout out to Stephen Lang. He does not have many lines in this film.
Right.
But he kills this performance. Oh my gosh. And you think, there's so many twists and turns to this. You know, oh my gosh, how could they hurt this blind man? And you don't get too much of his story by looking at him.
Right.
But that house tells a whole story.
That neighborhood.
House.
It's set in Detroit. And so you already know what's going on in Detroit with the housing gang. And the other piece was that, you know, when he, you know, out here in the real world, you're going to say to yourself, well, how hard is it to escape from a blind man and this, that, and the other? I'm going to tell you, they take you into the world, and you start buying into it. You start believing it. And let me tell you, just on personal experience, my mentor was a blind man. Rest in peace, Brother Smith, James Smith. And I can tell you, just being a part of his life, their senses are heightened.
Absolutely. Hearing
and smell. I can remember Brother Smith, you know, at church, a lady would walk by and he'd be like, "Good morning, Sister Flora." And he'd be like, "You ain't know how I knew that, right?" And he'd be like, "Man, the cadence," he could tell by the cadence of their walk. He could tell by the perfume. I mean, it was just things that I saw in that movie that I was like, yo, that's real, because I remember that.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Again, Fede did a phenomenal job. And, you know, for most horror films, they're predictable. You can kind of predict, okay, here's the spooky house on the street.
Right.
But this wasn't a spooky house on the street. This street was an abandoned building. These were abandoned homes, abandoned apartments, and he had a nice house. So I thought the small twists that were slightly different than your average horror film, he really represented well in this film. It's a great film. Great film. Please go see it. I definitely give it a 5. Phenomenal. I would purchase it. It was great. Great.
I'm not even normally a horror.
Me
That's
either.
Not my genre,
Me either. I don't like being scared.
I would give it a 4.5. I probably wouldn't give it a 5 only because I try to hold out my 5 for something like, no, I don't know. It's somewhere between 4.5 and 5 though. I really loved it. Yeah, like a Zootopia. But I think the other thing that really impressed me is that the storytelling. You know, even though like you don't like the fact that they robbing people from jump, you understand why they're there. You know, the girl is there because she wants a better life for her and her. Is that her sister or her daughter?
I don't know if it's a half sister because her dad.
Her dynamic in her home was so bad.
But yeah, you'll get that in the story as well. One more point that I have to touch on. In most horror films, it's dead, kill. This, you don't feel the pain. It is a gradual increase of pain and that anxiety, that fear that builds up.
Yeah.
So it starts off, oh, well, they're breaking in, and boom, boom, and it just goes in.
Because they took the time to give you the story of the relationship between these characters. So while you busy listening to them and going in, they setting you up for another fear. They setting you up for another shot.
And it was real.
That was a good one.
Excellent. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
All right. On to our next film. It is called The Light Between Oceans. This was written by Derek France. And this is a debut novel actually written by M.L. Stedman, starring Michael Fassbender, who plays the character of Tom, who you will remember from 12 Years a Slave and X-Men. Alicia Vikander, who plays Isabel, and she was in Ex Machina, if you have not seen that, and Jason Bourne. And then Rachel Weisz, who plays Hannah. She was in The Lobster, and of course, I Love the Mummy, and then Born a Legacy she was in.
You know, I caught wind of her some time ago in a movie called Confidence. Man, she was good in that.
That's 2003 something.
Look at you.
2000.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, all of these people like Academy Award winners, Oscar nominated, and everything. Man, these are some
great films.
The film is amazing. You want to look at the clip, and then we can come back and.
Absolutely, we can definitely check it out. It's about a lighthouse keeper and his wife who stumble upon a boat with a baby in it. They decide to raise the baby as their own, which has some emotionally torturous consequences. Let's check out the clip.
Dearest Isabel, I can't stop thinking about the time I spent with you.
Dearest Tom, when I first saw you, I felt like I knew you, and I couldn't stop seeing my life with you.
To be loved by you allowed me to feel again.
What can I do? What should I do?
be a coincidence that she showed up.
She's a lovely baby, but you can't keep her.
She needs us. We're not doing anything wrong. I know that you're going to be a wonderful father.
For my dada, with love forever and ever and ever and ever.
What's your name?
Lucy.
Lucy. It was lovely to meet you. Bye.
My sister had a terrible tragedy. Her husband and their baby daughter were lost at sea. You would have been your girl's age by now.
I have to tell people. It's her mother.
I'm a mother.
Someone knows that my girl is alive.
You'll be safe. I'll protect you, I promise. You saw what we've done to her.
It's too late.
One day, this will all feel like a dream. With love forever and ever and ever.
Listen, Janine, I love this movie.
We just gotta take a beat.
You know, our you know, the Rotten Tomatoes or whatever those different categories, they kind of lukewarm on it, giving it like a 50%. This movie was well done. I think what's hurting it as far as the ratings that it's getting elsewhere, I think just in general they know that people's attention span right now is kind of short. It's a 2-hour movie. You got to be dedicated
2 hour
to
and 13 minutes.
It's got you got to make a plan for this movie
Absolutely.
right here to set your day to go see it. And the other thing I think that may be hurting it in the ratings is the content, the story that they're telling you is something that maybe people don't want to
deal with,
go and be entertained by. Because I'm gonna tell you, I walked out of that movie. I love this movie, but it really took me through this whole emotional roller coaster because it just, it was unsettling in ways that you could appreciate the husband's position.
Absolutely.
He was on a thin line from like trying to be right with the law and then right with his wife. He did not want to separate his relationship. Yeah, it was hard because they lost a child. I mean, we're not giving anything away. You saw that they lost a child,
and then they found one.
And then it was like the Lord blessed them with a baby. That's how she took it. She was like, "Look, this is not a coincidence."
This movie was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You're dealing with fate. You're dealing with a moral dilemma. You're dealing with love. I love the letter writing that went on between. This is when a man couldn't express himself face to face. He could go to the pen and write his feelings.
And he did say he wasn't
beautiful.
He wasn't a person of many words.
No, but he laid it out, didn't he? I thought it was phenomenal. And just for that couple to have to be able to go through life that way, hands down, I thought it was a beautifully written story. And I bet the novel is that much better because there's so many things I'm sure that they couldn't capture here. And shout out to the location. Location was in Western Australia after World War I. Yeah. So hard times, we know.
They didn't have text messaging.
They didn't have that.
He had to sit down and pen those letters,
Yeah.
And that was a very romantic piece, and just their relationship, how they came together, and how she, the whole idea. This guy had to keep up with this lighthouse. That was his job, to shine the light, making sure boats could come to and fro safely and everything. So she wanted to go out and be on this island with the dude. Yeah. And it's just gonna be them. Now, I don't know about you, but spending all that time with somebody, but they loved each other. Yes. And then this crisis came that challenged their love. And you see it throughout the story how they both were torn. Because even though she took this position that I was a little frustrated with, they put the dilemma on him first. And he had to make a choice. Yes. Then they flip it and they put it on her. And it's like, wow.
And even the mom, whose child that was.
Rachel Weisz. I love her.
Man, that's a heart-wrenching, it's a sacrifice that has to be made. And you see her, can't give away too much, but when you are trying to do what's best for a child, there's sacrifices that come into play. There are huge ones that we have to bite the bullet on.
I can't imagine. And let me tell you this, just do not sleep on this movie, guys.
Excellent.
You think you know, but you don't know. When you watch that trailer, you go, I get it. They lose a child.
There's so many twists to it as well.
And I mean, these performers, these actors are giving it to you. And they take their time. I love any director that is taking that risk of taking his time. A lot of people try to rush these stories.
It's too much.
And I will say that I felt like they did rush the getting together. No, the beginning. Them two getting. They didn't give me enough for me to go, oh man, these two, they got to be together.
See, and I felt like they rushed the ending piece.
Well, I did.
After it was said and done.
I would have did that a little different, but I still put this movie at, again, like a 4.
I give it a 4 as well. I give it a 4. Definitely go to the theater and see it.
Yeah, see it on the big screen, because cinematically it's amazing. They showing you all of this water, this island, this lighthouse. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Beautiful movie.
I love it. Okay, so this week, guys, for the flashback favorite, I'm going to cheat a little bit. It's not really a movie, and it's not really that far back. It just happened, but it's already happened, and you can get 6 episodes of it right now.
All right.
I'm a big fan of these original series on Netflix and Hulu and everything.
Love them. Yeah.
And they got one that I'm rolling with. I'm about at episode 3 or 4.
Okay.
It's called The Get Down.
I've heard about that.
I love The Get Down.
Okay.
It's a musical drama television series based in the 70s over in the South Bronx. And it's really telling the story of hip-hop in a sense, but I think it's from the vantage point of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Awesome.
It's nice. And they got some really big names attached to it. Nas is playing, only in voice, he's the voice of the rapper that we see at the beginning of each episode.
Okay.
There's a rapper on stage, like in a big stadium, and he's got this crowd, and he's rocking the crowd. And he's, in his mind, he's thinking back to how he got here. And that's where the story takes us. And we go into the main character, who is Zeke, played by Justin Smith. Now, Jaden Smith is in this movie, this show as well. And Justin Smith is the main character. And a lot of people on the internet saying, oh, they cousins. They kind of look like they could be in the same family. And Justin is definitely doing his thing acting-wise. But they're not relatives.
And is Jaden the lead, or is he supporting actor?
Justin Smith is the lead. He plays Zeke. Jaden is his boy. They best friends, or they all friends. Jaden is actually in a family with 2 other brothers. Jaden plays Dizzy, and then his brothers are Boo Boo and Ra Ra. All right, they're in the Kipling family. And the thing about it is their friend Justin Smith, Justin Smith, who is Zeke. They are all hanging together. They all are part of that hip-hop culture. Jaden is like this cool graffiti artist, and he's a very creative guy in the show. And then they hook up with a guy named Shaolin Fantastic. And that is played by my boy Shameik Moore, not to be confused with Shamar Moore. Shameik Moore is the guy that played in one of my favorite movies, as y'all know, Dope. Remember the movie Dope? He played the lead in that, and he's playing Shaolin Fantastic in this The Get Down.
Okay.
They got some other names, like your boy, Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, he's in this one. He actually plays the father. He's a pastor of a big church, and he's the father of the love interest of Zeke. And she wants to be, she's a PK, singing in the choir, but she wants to be a disco singer like Donna Summers.
Okay.
You remember we did With This Ring with Donna Summers'
daughter. Okay.
And Donna Summers was a big 70s artist.
She's still hot to some people, so.
And guess who they got doing the music for this disco stuff? They got Christina Aguilera. She's got a song in here. Wow. It's called Telepathy. I actually checked that song out, guys. Pull up the video for that. That's hot. But you got to see this movie, this show, The Get Down. It feels like a movie. It's a really cool show.
What they binge watch it.
Yeah, they got 6 episodes sitting out there for you right now. What they do really, really well is they tell you this story. They walk you through this little love story of this guy and this girl and all these kids trying to, come together to do something great in hip-hop. But then all of a sudden it turns into a real serious drama. They got Jimmy Smits in this, y'all, from back in the day, the police show. Yeah, man, oh man.
Now, so it's not like the Crush groove and anything like that. Because, you know, we all hear, hip-hop shows are overrated. I'm tired of, Beach Street.
Nah, you know what? They have the vantage point of being in this time period, going backwards and telling it. So, you know, like if you were watch one of those old movies now, and they are classics, but you be like, it's kind of corny how they shot that or how they did it. But now they have the advantage of being in this time period, telling that story. And they're doing a good job. I mean, they're introducing these characters. You know, there's a lady in there. She runs a club, but she's also like the biggest drug dealer around town. And her son is off the hook. He's always winning dance competitions, but he a violent dude. You gotta check him out. So I really recommend The Get Down. That's my flashback favorite for the week.
Awesome.
We good.
All right, we're about to wrap up the show. Next week, we expect to see you guys. U-Review will be here at the Atlas Cinemas out here in Mentor. We're going to be watching When the Bough Breaks, starring Morris Chestnut and Regina Hall, and Sully, starring Tom Hanks. And we'll have Carmen back from off of, as Kev said, Special Assignment. All right, till next time.
Have a great week. Go watch some movies. See ya.